Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel from Triple E to Tech. In this channel, we will learn programming and technology concepts from absolute basics, especially for the useful for Triple E, ECE and beginner students. Today, we are dividing into a fundamental concepts called basics of input and outputs in Python. In yesterday's section, we have learned the recap that sequence of instructions whereas a is equals to 2, a is a variable and value is 2. We have printed that. And similarly a is equals to a plus 2 means if we added the value to the variable a, okay. And expression is a valid expression whereas a is a valid variable and here multiplication symbol is a operator and b is a variable, whereas 2 is the value to the b, whereas 5, 2, 3, 4 are the values and 2 plus 3 and into is operators. Okay, here discuss the order of operations. This is the sequence of operations, whereas b for brackets, o for square root, D for division, M for multiplication and A for addition and S for subtraction. Okay. Today's agenda for this section is input and output basics. What are these things? We have discussed in first section, and in the strings we will see that concatenation and repetition. What are the operation done with the strings? Which are operation done with the string? That are concatenation and repetition. And next we will see the reading the input. Okay, what are the input output basics? Okay, next indexing and assigning a character to the indexing. Okay, next what are strings? Strings are nothing but writing anything between the double quotes. Here we can see that adding strings. Adding strings means in first code we can observe that a is equals to 1 plus 2. Here we printed a. Here the output will be 3 because we added two integers. If we add two strings, what will be the output? Can you guess? I think many will think that here also 3, but wrong. See this. A is equals to string plus string is added the string, means string of 1 plus string of 2 is 1 plus 1 into 2 means 1 2. Here adding strings is called string concatenation. This is called string concatenation. Okay, what is string concatenation? Means adding of two strings. Okay, here first string is hello and second string is space and third string is world. Here we added these three. Then the output will be the hello world. Okay. Here in this example we see that username is equals to Ravi and printed the variable that value is declared as the Ravi. Here if we add this variable plus hello hi means hi Ravi. Why? Because the Ravi as the value declared to the variable name. Okay, username. Here string concatenation means a is equals to string plus 10. Here what will be the output? Can you guess? No. Here the output will be error because can only concatenate string, not an integer, whereas 10 is an integer number. So cannot add the string to the 10. Okay. Similarly, we can add many strings. The output will be 3 stars. Okay. What if we want to print 10 stars? You cannot add 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, so on like this. We can multiply this with the 10. String will be repeated 10 times. Okay, this is called string repetition. We have seen that string concatenation and string repetition. Here if we multiply a string with any number, it will be repeated so on up to the number. Here we can see that Python double quotes into 3 plus 5 into plus string. Here using parenthesis for declaration of this star space into 3 times. Here the star will be printed 3 times with the space. Here we added the Python as a value to the s variable. Here it is declared as a variable s. Okay. The value of the variable s in the first line is declared here. It was then s is updated again variable with this value. Here if we print s, it will take this s, not this. If we print s before this Python line, it will print the output also Python and this line. Okay. Length of the string. Here we can see that username is Ravi, length is equals to len parenthesis username. Here len parenthesis returns number of characters in the given string. The output will be 4. Okay. Similarly, same this length of the username. We can change the code to find the number of characters in the different strings. We can add different strings. Okay. Taking input from the user. When we download a software, do we change any instruction in it? No. And yes. Yes, we can change. When we provide an application to the any student like colleges or any applications while filling you can it will ask the username, name, roll number, pin code, address like this. These are all the variables. What are we giving the values? Your name, pin code, address. These all are variables. Means it is taken from the user. We can take input from the user through interface. Okay. Whereas int of input with open parenthesis and close parenthesis allows a flexibility to take the user input from the users. It allows the users to take the input, okay, from the input. Reads a line of input as a string, whereas the input of parenthesis, open parenthesis and closure parenthesis was declared to the variable username. Here we can here the length of the string is, in previous example we have seen that username is equals to input. If we take the input from the user, it is username is Ajay. If we take this input, it calculate the length, len length of the username variable, whereas this is the Ajay, this username is variable, whereas Ajay has a value to the input, whereas username is a variable, Ajay is the value. When the length of len, length of the parenthesis, open parenthesis and close parenthesis. The username is this variable. The variable name is Ajay. If you print the length, it will be 4 output. Okay. Similarly, the concatenation of the strings are taken. If we take the input from the user, input, if we give Ravi 10 in a single line, it take only username. Okay. If we give in double lines, it will take age also, as shown in the example. This will be the output when we sync concatenated. Accessing characters in the string. Accessing characters means there are many characters in the string. If we require a from the character, how can find? We can access first character in this string. Okay, let's see. Here we can access individual characters in the string using this position, which start from index. Whereas we, for counting purpose, we will start from 1 2 3. In programming language, it will start from 0 index. It is called as index. We will call with an numbers, like whole numbers, real numbers. In the programming language, it is called as the 0 1 2 3 4 so on. These positions are also called as index. Here we can see this. Index of R is 0, index of A is 1, index of P is 2, index of I is 3. If you want access, write like this. Username of index with square brackets, index value is 0, then the output is R. Let us see examples. Username is equals to Ravi. First letter is equals to, we should find the first letter, accessing characters in the string. If we give, this is the username square bracket 0, then the first letter is printed as R. Here is 0, then the R is printed out. Okay. And if we add 1 to this, then the output will be A. If we add 2 to the index, if we add 2 to the index, then the output will be V. If we add I to the index, then the output will be 3 to the index, then the output will be I. What if we add 4 to the index? Let us X, then the see this. Okay, we have indicted all the values like R, A, V and I, accessing these characters in the string. If we add 4 to the index, it shows the string index out of range, whereas the length of the string is only 4 characters. If we add 4 to this, means here the starting index of the string is 0. Okay, if we add this length greater than the index number, it shows the string index out of range. Okay, key takeaways. In this section, we have learned the what are the strings. String means nothing but representing with the double quotes, whereas string concatenation means adding of multiple strings in a single place, where it shows the output shows the with a single word. Whereas string repetition means multiplying a string repeating with multiple times. Whereas if, for example, we have discussed that a string of Venu is multiplied with 10, means it prints the 10 times of Venu like this. Whereas reading input means, whereas we have read input from the users, uh, the user will give the input, whereas all the inputs are taken in the form of strings only. Okay, indexing means nothing but getting the characters from the string, means the index value starts from 0. Okay. Okay guys, practice is more important. You can practice all these coding problems in a VS Code playground. Okay, in tomorrow's section we will discuss about type conversions. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share and like.